Hey Doggy Express, I'm going to go over users and how to add a user and maybe how to modify a user in this little tutorial right here. Here we are at a dashboard, back at the website. We're going to go over halfway down the list right here to users. I'm not quite sure exactly how much you're really going to need to modify this, but I want you to be able to add people to the website and have control over this. So you can see we don't really have a whole lot of people right now. You got myself. I added Kelly, and I gave her administrative power. Kelly's already logged in though as a customer at one point. When they sign up through the website, they're automatically going to be given the customer role. Customers, while they have a username, they don't have the ability to log in. That's something that's already built in. But you can see up top kind of how this goes. You know, administrators, you got 2 of those, 2 subscribers and 1 customer. Some of these are just kind of extra roles we had for testing purposes. So when it comes down to it, really all you're going to be worried about from here on out when it comes to users is who do you have as an administrator, and then who do you have as a customer. Now, administrators have editing privileges, and this probably shouldn't go out to just anybody. Now, I want you to be able to make your marketing guy have the ability to log in. I want your technical guy to have the ability to log in. So let me show you how to make login credentials for somebody. So easy enough. Anytime you're in WordPress, Add New is always on the top of the page. And easy peasy, you see it right here. Username and email. Both of those are required. So you probably should know people's emails already. It's up to you what you want their username to be. You can go back and edit almost everything in the site except for the username. The username creates the database that you then pull from, and so you can never change the username. I would probably fill this out as much as possible. That way, if you have a bunch of Johns or a bunch of Kellys, you know which ones are which. The other thing that you really ought to be aware of is passwords. For security purposes, you never see anyone's passwords, which means if someone lost their password and you need to go in, you basically give them a new one. You will never see their old password. That's a security practice that's been in effect for years now. So, customer calls, says, hey, I forgot my password. What's my password? You give them a new password. If the marketing guy calls and says, hey, I can't log in, can you reset my password? You have to reset his password. You can see this little box right here will allow you to send one to the new user by email, so that's kind of handy. You can also see that anytime you add a new user, it defaults to the customer role. This is because it just assumes that you don't want to give anyone new you're creating full power to log into the site. So if this is somebody who you want to be able to log in and make changes, you need to set their role. Now, some of these don't really matter a whole lot to you. I mean, this software can be used with a very large store. It's incredibly powerful, so you could limit people's roles, and it would limit what they're able to see right here. For instance, a chat operator probably doesn't have the ability to add new pages or modify media. They're probably only able to log into the chat feature, which we've not used. A subscriber and a contributor are probably able to make new content, but they're probably not able to make changes to settings or appearance. So you get the idea. Different roles give you different things. So if you want your web guy to have access to your website, you would give him an administrator role. If you're signing up a new customer, of course, they get customer roles. And those are really the only 2 that you need to mess with. Let's take a look at what a customer looks like. So you can see here the username, Long Kelly, and it tells you it can't be changed because once we've decided on our username, that's what we're locked in on. We can change their role from here. We don't really need to because they're a customer, but all the information that they entered on the website when they were signing up to buy something automatically gets plugged into here. So you see their email, If you scroll down a little bit more, you see the customer's billing address. That's already filled out. Customer shipping address. That's already filled out because they had to fill that stuff out in order to order from your store. So a lot of this stuff is already put into place. You can always go and change it, but they have the ability to go in and change it from their end too. So really, all you really should be doing when it comes to users is creating new administrators so that people can get into the website. I wouldn't hand it out to just anybody because you want to be able to control the keys to the kingdom. I believe you have a backup system in place, but if you're going to have a whole lot of people poking around, it might be a good idea to make sure those backups are going so that one person doesn't bring down the whole website.